The Embankment by T.E. Hulme, 1883 to 1917. The fantasia of a fallen gentleman on a cold, bitter night. Once, in finesse of fiddles found I ecstasy, in a flash of gold heels on the hard pavement. Now see I that warmth the very stuff of poesy. O God, make small the old star-eaten blanket of the sky, that I may fold it round me, and in comfort lie. Okay, this poem was probably written just before the First World War, maybe 1908, something like that. This was written by T.E. Hulme. He was a British poet. He was born in Staffordshire. He came from a wealthy family, and he worked in various different things, but he found it difficult settling down. He worked as an auctioneer. He worked in the owner of a ceramics factory, and he was one of the first modernists. He rejected this idea of romantic poetry, and he wanted things to describe clearly what they were. He was a friend of Ezra Pound, and anyway, he joined the artillery during the First World War, and he was killed, as were many people who joined the army. So what's this about? Well, the Embankment, firstly I need to tell you, the Embankment is the north side of the River Thames in London, the Victoria Embankment, and it goes through the Westminster Embankment. And this is the place where traditionally tramps are allowed to sleep rough, where people can sleep on the street. And the Embankment's a very cold and a very hard place to sleep. It's by the river, so it's very wet. It's quite open, so it's really quite windy as well. And I think this is telling the story of somebody who is a fallen gentleman. He was a gentleman, but now he's down and out, and he's sleeping rough on the Embankment, and that's why the Embankment. And he's thinking about his past, and it's a really cold night, and he's thinking about how he used to find happiness. He used to enjoy worldly social activities, enjoying music and dancing. I found ecstasy in a flash of golden heels on the hard pavement. So maybe there were dances, maybe there were beautiful girls. Yeah, so a finesse of fiddles, ecstasy in a flash of gold heels. But now he's having a hard time. He's out of money, and the thing that really matters to him is being warm. He's cold on the Embankment. I can imagine. I've never slept on the Embankment, but I can imagine it's damn cold. And he's thinking that poets should be writing about warmth instead of dancing and music and things like that. And then he begs God to make the sky into a blanket, and that then he can wrap the blanket around himself to keep warm. And we have this nice image of a star-eaten blanket, moth-eaten blanket. Normally it's a moth-eaten blanket, but even an old moth-eaten blanket for him, a star-eaten blanket, it would be is the thing that he needs. Not poets thinking about what wonderful parties and music and dancing, but he's thinking about just having a warm blanket to wrap around himself and make himself more comfortable. So, the fantasia of a fallen gentleman on a cold and bitter night. Well, firstly, look at these F's. Fantasia of a fallen gentleman. Yeah, so fantasia of a fallen. We've got 3 F's there, and that's a nice bit of alliteration. And this is a gentleman it's on a cold, bitterly cold night, and he's on the embankment trying to sleep. Once in a finesse of fiddles found I ecstasy. And here he goes with these F's again, this F alliteration. A finesse of fiddles found I ecstasy. So beautiful fiddles playing, beautiful music. For me, it was ecstasy in a flash of gold heels on the hard pavement. So he's got this in his mind of what he used to do. Flashes of gold heels dancing to these beautiful fiddles, and for him that was ecstasy. That was the thing. But now he's on the hard pavement. He's sleeping rough. Now see I that warmth, the very stuff of poesy. So poetry. So now he sees that being warm is the real thing that matters. That life is not what it used to be. Life has changed. Life is fragmented. Life is not what it used to be. And maybe he's alienated from the life he used to live. He doesn't have money. And he's down and out, and for him now the most important thing is being warm. It's the only thing that matters. Poetry should be about being warm. And I think also, though, this warmth, not only physical warmth, but I think love as well, warmth and affection. And I think he feels very isolated, very far from, or very different from the rest of the people in the city. O God, make small the old star-eaten blanket of the sky. So please God, make the sky into a blanket. And what he wants is the star to be a blanket. Yeah, and he wants to fold the stars around him, this blanket around him. So poets in the past perhaps were writing about the beautiful starry skies, but no, poets should be writing about blankets, because this is the one of the things that human existence really needs, and that I can fold it round myself, and that I can be comfortable. And here, lying on the embankment, he's completely disconnected from the rest of the city, and maybe everything else is everyone else and life is hurrying past him, but he's on the river side of the embankment. So, The Embankment by T.E. Hulme.